Hi everyone, today Phone Arena will be taking a look at the Motorola DROID MAXX, which is currently available from Verizon Wireless. Now to start off with, we're going to take a quick look here between the Motorola DROID MAXX, DROID Ultra, and DROID Mini. You can kind of see some of the differences here. Of course, the DROID MAXX and DROID Ultra are the largest of the three, with the DROID Mini naturally being the smallest. As far as the overall appearance, on the DROID Mini and the DROID Ultra, both of those have this glossy back finish on here, which is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. The DROID MAXX, however, has this soft-touched pattern coated here on the back. So I'm going to move that away. And as far as the main differences here between the DROID MAXX and the DROID Ultra, first off, there's the price. The DROID Ultra comes in at $200 on contract, while the DROID Mini is $100. The DROID MAXX, however, is $300 on contract. So there's a $100 price difference here between the two devices. Now, the reason for that is the DROID MAXX has a much larger battery. As you can see, the device is a little bit thicker than the DROID Ultra. The battery is 3,500 milliamp hours, which provided up to about 20 hours of continuous talk time on a full charge. So definitely has a really good battery life. And the second difference is the internal memory. The DROID Ultra and also the DROID Mini only have a 16 gigabytes of internal storage. The DROID MAXX, however, has 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and out of that, right around 20 gigabytes is available to the user. Now, keep in mind, none of these droids have a micro SD memory card slot, so if you want the maximum internal storage, go with the DROID MAXX. And like we said, the third difference is the back of the device. We definitely like this texturized pattern. It doesn't show fingerprints at all. It's a nice smooth pattern on there. It also provides a nice firm grip on the device. So that's pretty much the differences starting out here between the DROID MAXX and the DROID Ultra. Just like on the DROID Ultra, the DROID MAXX has a 5-inch 720p display. It's a Super AMOLED technology, so the brightness is pretty decent. Not real bright outside, but still it's doable. Colors are also nicely saturated. Since it's 720p, text and images are going to look pretty good on there. However, it's not going to be quite as crisp and clear as a 1080p display, such as on the Samsung Galaxy S4 or the Galaxy Note 3. But it does have a nice 5-inch Super AMOLED display. Up on top here is the camera for self pictures or video chats. Along the bottom are your capacitive keys here for back, home, or recent apps. Along the left edge, it's perfectly blank. Up on top is the 3.5mm headset jack, and around the right is the power lock key and the volume rocker. This also doubles as the SIM card slot. Pretty much have to get a fingernail or a small pin under there and pop out the volume rocker. It's also raised from the surrounding area of the phone, so it does have a nice tactile feel to it. Round on the back is a 10 megapixel camera. This uses Motorola's new Clear Pixel technology. It's also the LED flash and external speaker. So overall, it's definitely a premium device. Because it has this backing on there different than the Ultra. It does give a little bit more of a higher end feel to it, though it is slightly thicker and slightly heavier, but it still is pretty comfortable to hold. So let's take a look at the software features. One nice feature of all the new droids is that it comes running Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. It's pretty close to a stock Android experience as possible. Have a total of 5 home screens here. As you can see, moving between them is really quick and smooth, really no lag or delay. Have your static icons down here at the bottom, and going into the apps and widget drawer, again really nice and smooth. So it's pretty much going to be a stock Android experience. Another feature is the active notification with touchless control. Basically how that works is right now the screen is completely turned off, but say you want to find out what the current time is, all you have to do is just sort of nudge the phone and you'll see the display here will light up just in the center. Since it's AMOLED, only that center part of the screen is using power there for the date or just for the time, and then you can hold on the lock icon, scroll down, and unlock it. Basically what that does is to help conserve battery power by only illuminating the center part of the screen. And like we said, all the new Droids and also the Moto X has the active notification. Now to turn the active notification on or off, all you have to do is go into your settings here and just click or unclick that. You can also have it sleep at night. So it's pretty simple to turn that feature on or off. A couple other features here is DROID Zap. Basically what that is it's Motorola's version of the Samsung S Beam. It's pretty much designed to allow you to quickly and easily share pictures and videos between phones. Only the newer Motorola Droid phones and the Moto X can send, but any Android phone can install the DROID Zap app, so you can have the capability of downloading either the pictures or videos that people are sending out. Another feature is the touchless control. It's basically a voice recognition for the Google Now experience. You can find out some more information about that and a little bit of a walkthrough on the Droid Ultra review. Since the Motorola Droid MAXX is pretty much a stock Android experience, it does have the Google Chrome web browser. As you can see, kinetic scrolling is pretty quick on here, really no lag at all in the browser. Also, pinch to zoom works really well. Doesn't really lag as far as re-rendering pages or images. So it's a pretty nice web browsing experience on the device. Of course, if you don't want to use Chrome, you can always install a third-party browser, but Google Chrome does work really nice on the Motorola Droid MAXX. Running the show on the Motorola Droid MAXX is Motorola's X8 processor. Basically what that does is it combines a 1.7 gigahertz dual core application processing core. It also has a 400 megahertz quad core GPU, a natural language processing core, and a contextual processing core. So all that combined, as well with 2 gigabytes of RAM. Now, we recently ran the new version of the Antutu benchmark. Our results is 21,351. As far as the other programs, Quadrant Standard is 8,754. Those are slightly lower than some of the scores that we get with the Samsung Galaxy S4, which that phone has an actual quad-core processor, so the scores are going to be a little bit higher on that, but for graphics benchmarking programs, the Motorola Droid MAXX and the other Motorola's using the X8 processor are going to actually do a little bit better on that, such as GL Benchmark, just because of the quad-core GPU. But still in all, in everyday real-world use, the Motorola Droid MAXX, Ultra, Mini, Moto X, they're all going to be equally fast, and you're really not going to notice any sluggishness, any difference in speed between that and other full quad-core devices on the market. The Motorola Droid MAXX and all the other Droids, as well as the Moto X, have the same camera interface. It's pretty simple and easy to use. All you do is swipe over to the right, and on the left-hand side, get this little wheel here for a couple settings you can choose from, such as the HDR, flash, touch to zoom. Now, the camera on the phone, it's using what's called a clear pixel sensor. Now, instead of having regular red, green, blue pixels on the sensor, it actually has clear as well, and what that's supposed to do is allow up to 75% more light into the sensor. Now, images that we took outside on a sunny day, colors are alright, but they're kind of muted and dull. They're not vivid, they're not really true to life. It's a little bit difficult here to see in the video, but sometimes the white balance doesn't really work all that well either. Interior images, again, if there's plenty of light, they sort of look okay, but once the light level goes down. They're not all that great, and as far as flash images, even though they're pretty bright, they do have kind of a blotchiness look to it here as when you zoom in. Basically the reason for that is because the ISO shoots up really high to over 2,000 to 3,000 range, so there's going to be a lot of grain and blotchiness in low light and flash images. Now, as far as the videos are concerned, it can record a 1080p video at 30 frames per second, so videos are going to be pretty decent, but then again, it's pretty much on average here on a Motorola Droid smartphone. We're going to take a quick look here at the video. Like we said, it's a 1080p resolution, 30 frames per second. Video quality, it's pretty decent. Colors, again, more muted than natural and vivid. Details also pretty good as far as you're viewing it on the phone or a monitor, but if you do view it on a full screen, a HD TV, you're going to definitely tell that it's a camera phone video quality. Call quality on the Motorola Droid MAXX is pretty equivalent to the Droid Ultra and the Droid Mini. Calls that we made were pretty impressive. Voices on our end were clear and natural sounding. People that we called also said that we sounded nice, clear, and natural on their end as well. Also, plenty of earpiece volume on there, so didn't have any problems hearing anyone in noisy environments. Signal reception is also pretty good. We had a negative 89 decibels for voice and negative 101 decibel for 4G LTE, which is pretty much average in our area. Now, one of the key advantages again with the Droid MAXX is the impressive 3500 milliamp battery. Now, keep in mind that the Droid Ultra has a smaller 2130 milliamp battery, and even last year's model, the Droid Razr Max HD, was at 3300 milliamps. So basically, the larger battery on the Droid MAXX, we were able to get up to 20 hours of continuous talk time, which is pretty impressive. That's on a full charge and just taking this phone, calling another phone, and letting it run until the battery dies. So it's about 20 hours, which is, like we said, quite impressive there. As far as mixed usage, you're going to have about 3 days, maybe 4, depending on how often you use the phone. So the battery, again, is one of the key advantages here with the Motorola Droid MAXX. So overall, we're pretty impressed here with the Droid MAXX. Like we said, it's got a $300 price with 2-year contract, which is definitely a premium price, but then Motorola is considering this their top tier premium phone. Again, some of the features differences between the Droid Ultra and the Droid MAXX is the larger 3500 milliamp battery, also the 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and the differences with the backing of the device with the soft touch coating. So if you want to find out some more information about the Motorola Droid MAXX, visit our website at phonearena.com.